Hello everyone, it's April, spring, time to take care of our lawn. For spring lawn care, there are two things that have to be kept in mind. One is the lawn has to be given fertilizer, which means lawn food has to be applied, and the second is it has to be overseeded. Before we actually start doing, what we would have to keep in mind is it is better that we trim the lawn so that the grass length is at a uniform height and give it around 2 to 3 days, and fertilize as well as the application of seeds should be done. With the lawn care, one thing that has to be done is we would want to trim the lawn first. So if you take a look here, the grass has variation of height, so it is better that we trimmed. If you look at the lawn, also looks that as if it has patches and dry patches. It's just because that we went through a very harsh winter. The temperatures were in the negative, there was snow over, and gradually the entire lawn is coming back to life. Overseeding also helps in prevention of patches that we see here, and along with that, it is very important that we water the lawn 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. Good amount of water, if when applied, it ensures that the soil is moistened, thereby the roots of the grass is hydrated. This would result the soil to be soft as well, and the roots of the grass can penetrate deeper. So the lawnmower that I use is a Troy built. It is gas powered, and the specifications are it's 159cc. Okay, and the advantage of this kind of a lawnmower is that it is self-propelled, which means that on applying the, like in a car, when you press the gas, the lawnmower automatically moves. A couple of settings that I would want to show. This lawnmower has 5 settings, which means if you bring the wheels above or make it high, it's gonna trim the grass less. But if you bring the wheels closer to the ground, it's gonna trim more of the grass. Okay, so in case you would want a shorter length, you bring down the wheels closer to the ground, and if you would want to keep the grass after trimming at a high length, you keep the wheel as high as possible. One good thing is that all the grass that gets cut is collected here, and the advantage is that after trimming, the left over grass is not left here. So the disadvantage of that type of lawnmowers, where it kind of sheds the trimmed lawn here, is that when the grass is left to die, what happens is the grass that's coming from below doesn't get the opportunity to do photosynthesis, and thereby creates more patches. So it's better, whenever you would want to buy a lawnmower, have something where the trimmed grass gets collected and then in the bag, and then you can kind of trash it out later. Alright, so in order to adjust the height of the lawnmower, all that you would have to do is press this, and yes, and it went all that side, and the wheels are now closer to the ground, which means the blades would trim more of the grass. And if you would want to raise the lawnmower, all that you would have to do is press here and bring it all the way to the back. Okay, and this is what is the setting that I use, so as to only trim a small portion of the grass. Okay, and now we would have to pull this towards yourself. Right, so this marks the first step of completion of spring lawn care. The lawn has been trimmed again at the lowest setting, so I've just trimmed very small portion of the grass. Now we are gonna wait a day or two, and then we would be applying the lawn food, and we would start overseeding as well during the application of the fertilizer. After that, we would observe the weather. If it rains, it's good. Otherwise, we would start applying water to the lawn, and that's, as I said, once in the morning, once in the evening, and just to ensure that the soil is well hydrated, which ensures the grass seeds as well as the existing grass gets moisture to start growing. Right, so 2 days have passed, and now it's the time to lay the lawn food as well as the grass seeds. And I'm going to show you the Scott's fertilizer and the grass seed that I would be using. Okay, so on the left is the fertilizer, often called lawn food, and it's interchangeably it's used, and on the right is the grass seed. If you see closely, there are three numbers: 32, 0, and 4. So what does this mean? So it's basically the NPK ratio that we have studied in chemistry. So 32 refers to the nitrogen, 0 is the phosphorus, and 4 is the potassium. So higher the nitrogen, so whenever there is more nitrogen into the soil, it means that it promotes the grass to be more denser as well as more lush. Phosphorus is not required because phosphorus is mostly for the root development. Lawn is already 1 year old and we might not want to add phosphorus. However, the potassium is mainly used to make the lawn more resistant to drought, to heat and cold. So a mixture of nitrogen as well as potassium is very healthy. And now if you see here in this Scots, which says it's the grass seed, and it also has these three numbers, 1700. So again, grass seeds are basically man-made. They are made in laboratories and they come with a nitrogen coating. So nitrogen is important for making the grass more denser. Way you would be want to choose your lawn food, it's very important to choose it based on the NPK ratio. If I would have to give an overview, let's say farmers, they use the lawn food which has the nitrogen intensity as close to 50 or if not higher, considering in Canada we go through a severe winter where the soil is covered with snow for well 2 to 3 months, and really we need a kickstart to the soil so it kind of promotes growth of the vegetation. So here we are gonna grow grass. One thing related to grass is basically grass is pure grass is man-made. It's done in the labs, and normally we don't see pure grass growing in the wild. I use this spreader and this is very handy. So it has wheels which I can kind of push it along in the lawn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix equal amount of the lawn food as well as the grass seeds here. And there is a setting that I would be using. So normally what I use is a 3.5 setting, where this also comes with an edge guard as well. So what does the edge guard mean? So for example, in case our lawn ends on the left and then the driveway starts from here, with the application of the edge guard, what's gonna happen is it's gonna only spread the lawn food and the fertilizer on one direction and not both. So when the edge guard is turned off, it spreads on both the directions. And this is how it looks like. Pretty standard, and you can get it in Canadian Tire or Home Depot. So this is exactly how the grass seed play. Okay, and we are going to put it into the spreader. Okay, considering we have the front lawn, the sides, and the backyard as well. Okay. And I'm gosh, even the lawn food had a ziplock, so I didn't have to cut, and then it would have been a little easier to store. But anyways, nothing to complain. I'm gonna keep it carefully so that it just doesn't fall off the back. It's kind of gray, not sure if you can see, and yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna apply it to the spreader.